Hello again, YouTube. It's Billy Haynes here with another album review. This time we'll be doing Pig Destroyer's Terrifyer from 2004. Yeah, man. So I first heard Pig Destroyer in about 2006. Another friend of a friend sort of thing, passing CDs along, and they were like, "Oh, you need to check out Pig Destroyer." I didn't know much about them. I think I might have heard a small demo at one point prior to actually listening to one of their albums. This weren't the first album I heard. I think it was a later album than this, but it was nice to go back. Obviously, I've spent a lot of time listening to Pig Destroyer through the years, and yeah, interesting band. Remind me a little bit of their side, to be fair. But yeah, on what caliber, we'll see. But yeah, let's get into Terrifier. Obviously, just like any other metal album, has an intro track, so we'll give that a skip, obviously. Not saying it's a bad intro at all, it's just, I don't usually rate intro tracks as an overall impact on the actual album itself, unless I really feel like it was epic. But yeah, Pretty in Cast comes in, and yeah, the drumming's great. Even though I think it's a little on the blast beat heavy, personally for my taste. I mean, don't get me wrong, obviously, a lot of thrash bands and, death metal bands and, even black metal do a lot of blast beats. But it's one of those beats that I understand it, but unfortunately, when it comes down to doing it nearly, 80% to 60% of the album, it does get a little dry, in my opinion. It's always nice to spice things up on that kit. It's just my opinion. But yeah, the drums are good, the guitar's good, the bass is really good on it as well. It's getting a 3 out of 5. Good song. Boy Constrictor comes next. Again, really like those guitars and really like the drumming on it. It's getting another 3 out of 5. I think it's a good tune. A little bit on the, I don't know, it kind of went really quick. It's not even a minute, I don't think. But yeah, it's very choppy and changey, I've got to admit. Just one song after the other, and it just, yeah, it's a really strange album to get into. It really is. Then Scarlet Hourglass comes next. Like the drums, guitar on it again. Probably never come back to this tune. 2 out of 5, I think it's average at best. Thumbsucker comes in. Actually really like that song. Guitar and drums again really do sell this song. Yeah, 3 out of 5, I think it's a good tune. Grave Dancer comes in. Really like the bass on that. Really like the guitars. Rhythm section's just for days. It really is. Despite apparent blast beats out of control, but still really enjoyed it. Yeah, 3 out of 5. Good song. Lost Cause comes next. Really like the guitars and drums on that. Yeah, again, really selling it. I mean, the guitars actually on this album are pretty damn good. Even the drumming's great. I mean, I'm just talking from personal preference here. I'm just saying that it got a little stagnant. Not saying that the guy's a bad drummer. He's fucking amazing. But again, I don't know, mix it up a bit. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, Grave Dancer, good song, 3 out of 5. Sorry, Lost Cause, that was 3 out of 5. It's a good song. Sour Heart comes next. Again, really like that. Guitars and the drums really stay solid through the album. That's another 3 out of 5. Towering Flesh comes next. Yeah, really like the vocals actually on this, compared to all the others. So as we've heard so far, the guitars and the drums still really quite solid. That's getting a 3 out of 5. I think that's a good song. Song of Filth comes next. Kind of lost me on that one, gotta admit. Like the guitaring on it, that was about it. Average at best. Verminous comes next. Again, like the guitar, like the drums, but not much else that I really cared for. Another 2 out of 5, average. Torture Ballad comes next, like the guitar on that one, but again, that's the only thing that really saves that tune for me. Another average tune. Carry On Fairy comes next. Really like the drumming and guitar on that one. It's 3 out of 5, good tune. Downpour Girl, again, really like that. Guitars and the drums really save it. Good tune, 3 out of 5. Sergeant Assassin comes next. Like the drums, like the guitar on that, but again, really feel like there's just something missing like majority of this album. I don't know whether it's, I don't know, I just feel badgered by it, this album, in places that I'm just like, I just didn't care for some of it. And Sergeant Assassin's one of those ones, and average song, it's good. If you like it, you like it. This could be somebody's 5 out of 5 tune. For me, didn't do nothing for me. That's all I'm saying. Dead Carnation comes next. Really like that tune. Drums and guitar, absolutely fucking blistering. Good tune, 3 out of 5. Crippled Horses comes next. Another one that just kind of fell a little bit to the waist for me. Guitars and drums, again, they're fine. But other than that, I'm never going to come back to it. Again, the review's done, thank God. The Gentleman comes next. Guitars and drums, again, saving it. It's a good tune. Cruel of Time comes next. Another good tune, like the guitars on that. Terrify, the actual title track, is a good tune as well. I really like the drum, like the guitars on it. Some of the vocal placements are actually pretty good on that one. That doesn't happen often on this album, I must admit. It's just something that, I don't know, that kind of just fell below the waistline for me, was the vocals on it. Just, it was fine, I guess, but nothing to really write home about. But that one, I really liked. And then we got Restrained Order Blues. Guitar's really good. But again, average at best, in my opinion. I thought it was, again, it all falls down to that guitar, and that really saves this album. And majority of the drumming as well, when he's not blast beating my ears off, which I don't mind. Me, I love a good old thrash, but there was just something about these tunes that, I don't know, it felt like a teaser, and then it would fucking end, and then the entire album, you're kind of like trying to gain something from it. It's 21 tracks, including the intro track. It was just really hard album. It really was. In places I was just like, will I need to, switch off and come back to it? But no, I stayed with it. Even though this is like my 3rd time listening to this album, it's not one that I had fun with, I must admit. I can understand why people love it. It's got some seriously good attitude to it. It's got some really great guitar work in it, really catchy stuff, and it's fast as fuck. But for me, I don't know. This album I really struggle with. I really do. I really do feel that. And I've got to be honest. I've got to be honest with myself, and it is getting a 2 out of 5. I think it's an average album. I wouldn't necessarily come back to any of these tunes willingly. I think there are some there's some really good stuff on it. But again, it's just not my Pig Destroyer album, man. It really isn't. This will not be the end of me covering Pig Destroyer, obviously. We're going to be covering everything on this channel, as you well know. Everything in the kitchen sink. But yeah, not a fan of the album. I think the band are really good. Just this weren't the album for me. But yeah, I've got plenty more to do. Really hope that you stay tuned. I know that it's been a really weird couple of weeks for you guys, going through different types of alternative music and everything. It is what it is. I love the albums that I love, and, I don't what I don't. And this is one of them.